Hello and welcome class 12 students. In this class I am going to show you the last part of activity ratio, that is the remaining one, the creditors turnover ratio. With this sum I will end the activity ratio, the category activity ratio of the ratio analysis chapter. So this is the last class of activity ratio. There were 4 types of activity ratio. Previously I have explained you the 3 important types, that is stock turnover ratio, debtors turnover ratio and working capital turnover ratio. But in this class I am going to show you the creditors turnover ratio. The creditors turnover ratio. Now the formula of creditors turnover ratio is same type like the previous debtors turnover ratio. That is, the formula is creditors turnover ratio is equal to credit purchase, total credit purchase by average creditors, Now here I have given an illustration. Here I have presented an illustration for you, just like the previous sum of debtors turnover ratio. I have also given one illustration. First you copy this illustration. Here I have given total purchase 2 lakh, cash purchase 20,000, purchase returns 30,000, opening creditors 25,000, closing creditors 15,000, and bills payable is also there. Opening bills payable is 40,000, whereas closing bills payable is 20,000. Opening bills payable 40,000 and closing bills payable 20,000. These are the amount given of the respective items of finding out the creditors turnover ratio as well as the average payment period. Creditors turnover ratio and average payment period you have to find out. So through solving of this sum, I will show you how you will solve the creditors turnover ratio, how you will find out the answer of creditors turnover ratio. Now, credit purchase means, as I have told you earlier, that separately you can show the calculation of credit purchase. Credit purchase means total purchase minus returns minus cash purchase. This is the formula of credit purchase, whereas the formula of average creditor means opening creditors balance plus opening bills payable balance plus closing creditors balance plus closing bills payable balance divided by all the 4 divided by 2. Don't worry if there is bills payable, opening and closing balance are not given. In that case you have to add the opening creditors and the closing creditors balance. But if opening and closing both the bills payable are given, that also you have to include in the addition and divide it with 2, just like the way I have done here for you. So here now we will come to the main sum and do the calculation. Credit purchase means here total purchase minus return minus cash purchase. Total purchase was 2 lakh. So 2 lakh minus 20,000 minus 30,000. Total purchase minus cash purchase minus returns. As you can see 20,000, 2 lakh minus 20,000 minus 30,000 divided by opening creditors, that is 25,000 plus 15,000 plus 40,000 plus 20,000, all these divided by 2, all the 4 divided by 2. In this way you have to solve the sum. Do the calculation and you have to solve the sum. I am rubbing the sum over here, I am rubbing the illustration over here to show you the detailed calculation of creditors turnover ratio. Here 20,000, again I am writing 2 lakh minus 20,000 minus 30,000. I am writing again for your convenience, plus 25,000 plus 15,000 plus 40,000 plus 20,000 divided by 2. Now the numerator is coming 1,50,000, 1,50,000, and the denominator is coming I think 1 lakh. 25 plus 15, 40,000 and 60,000, that is 1 lakh divided by 2. So ultimately it is coming 1,50,000 by 50,000, which means 3. Again it is coming 3 times. 3 times is the answer which is coming as the creditors turnover ratio. That means in a year creditors turnover will be 3 times. That is, creditor will be paid for 3 times in a year. Creditors will be paid, will be cleared. All the dues of the creditors will be cleared for 3 times in a year. This 3 times indicate that creditors will be paying. Will be paid for 3 times in a year, which is not bad. Now we will find out the average payment period. The average payment period. Average payment period will be just same as the before, same as average collection period. That is 365 days by creditors turnover ratio. By creditors turnover ratio. This is the formula of average payment period. That is 365 divided by 3. 365 divided by 3 is coming as this is the formula. Now you have to calculate 365 divided by 3, which is again coming 121.67. 121.67 approx. 121.67 days. This is what is coming as the average payment period. In this way you will solve the sums of creditors turnover ratio as well as average payment period. The way I have done, the way I have shown you through an illustration. So here we come to an end to the activity ratio. I have explained the debtors turnover ratio as well as the creditors turnover ratio, the average collection period as well as the average payment period. In this way I have shown you. Now with this also I have provided a PDF where I have solved sums of these debtors turnover ratio and creditors turnover ratio for you to do as a homework. Please see the sum so that you can do the homework. The sum is just an illustration which will be helpful for you to while doing the sum, while doing the homework from the book, from the Basu and Datta book. All the sums you can provide, you can solve by downloading the PDF. That is an example how to solve the sum. Apart from this video, I have provided sums for you in the PDF. Please download the PDF so that you can solve the sums from the book. Don't forget to do that. So here we come to an end of activity ratio. Now in my next class, I will show you the other part of this ratio analysis, the other type of ratios. I think profitability ratio is remaining. That I will show you through other videos. Don't forget to download the PDF while doing the homework. Thanking you. Goodbye.